Good morning from the beautiful Gold Coast. Another sensational day in paradise. A little bit cold, but you get that on the big job. Nothing to complain about. A little bit of coldness won't hurt us. Today I just want to have a little yarn on true wealth and abundance. And that moves over, as far as I'm concerned, into true success. In today's imagery and market societies, it's very easy to get caught up in economics and finances and materialism and having things that other people have financially that we would like, and that's attractive. That's very attractive. I can remember when I was in rehab and I stumbled across a wealth beyond my imagination and how that made me feel when I developed discipline not to physically react to people, when I developed discipline to do the things that I'd previously would never do, such as tell people that I love them, care for people more, be kind, be considerate, be thoughtful, lend a helping hand, listen to people, care for people. And for myself also, and they're just a few things that I learned as far as wealth was concerned, which made me feel good. I felt a lot better acting in ways where previously I was self-centered. I was only thinking of myself. I couldn't cope with my feelings. I would blame everybody for everything that had happened to me in my life. I was a victim of circumstances. It was everybody else's problem. I wasn't accountable for nothing, and much, much more. And because I felt good about those things that was presented to me and that I adopted, again, with discipline, it took going against the grain of past behaviours to change that. I started feeling better than the person that I used to be. I started gelling with people more, and I started feeling people more, and I felt good that I was helping people, and I stopped thinking of myself a lot. And I realised there was a currency in this. There had to be, because I was not the only one that applied these principles that had some kind of stability in their lives. There's a lot of people that conduct themselves in this world in that way, and that's just normal everyday behaviour for them. For me, it wasn't. I was a thief, I was a criminal, I couldn't be trusted. So I realised that I'd stumbled on some form of currency and some kind of wealth. I had no money, I was broke, but I felt good about this. So I knew that there was some kind of equity in changing from bad to good. And I was really rich even before I set out on my goal to create wealth. I was happy. I was happy knowing that if I stuck to the principles of being honest, being sincere, being genuine, being caring, being thoughtful, not having a motive to get things out of people, being accepting, and a whole lot more. I knew that by holding on to this new way of behaving in my life, I knew that I would never go back to prison. And that was attractive to me. I didn't care about money. I didn't care about what most people think that are wealth and attractive and like I didn't care about it. I didn't care about that stuff. But I was already wealthy, and that was really attractive, and knowing that was more than what money could buy, because nobody can take that away. Nobody can extract that from a soul. It's hard growing up, being a child and going into your early adult life and trying to find your place in the world, and going into your 30s and going into your 40s and even going into your 50s and going into your 60s with an attitude that is blaming everybody for your situation and your attitude and how you conduct yourself in a life and what you do. You are wholly responsible for it. Be that they're nice things that you put out to the world, or be that they're not nice things. Sarcasm, criticism, being cynical, not trusting, blaming. Everybody else is to blame for your situation. It's very disempowering staying in that negative framework. But as hard as it is living like that, it's more harder accepting the consequences of it. Loneliness, drug taking, selfishness, me. It's not a very fulfilled life. And I've lived both sides of the coin, I've been very, very rich. I've been very, very, very poor. I've had everything. I've lost everything. I've regained it again. And if you can just keep in mind that the true equity and the true wealth in a person's life, you have control over, and you do have it at your disposal if you want to change it. And that is what you do and how you conduct yourself and your behaviour and your attitudes. It's up to you if you hold back from people. It's up to you if you don't lend a helping hand. It's up to you if you don't respond to people. It's up to you if you're not being there for people. And hey, sure, there's certain people in your life where we have got boundaries, and it's healthy to have boundaries. But I'm talking about when you got no boundaries. I'm talking about when you are unhappy. I'm talking about when you're lonely. I'm talking about when you're taking a lot of drugs. I'm talking about when you're living a life where it's a really tough gig. But I think it's a tough gig for anybody who doesn't display good qualities within them, and honesty and integrity and trust, and being accountable for your words and what comes out of your mouth and what you do. That's the equity, and that's the wealth that is more wealthy than any form of money. Trust me. You cannot buy it. You cannot buy helping people. You cannot buy acknowledging that you're responsible for your sadness. You cannot buy anybody to help you talk about your feelings. You cannot buy for you to get motivated to seek help. You cannot buy it. It's an inside job, but you can do it. And there's great rewards in it. And they're not instant rewards. It takes time, like to create this new form wealth that is at everybody's disposal. If they see it, that they are accountable for it, and they have put themselves there. And that's why we're not happy. Money comes and goes. Material things come and go all the time. Cars, trips, displaying that you've got this, or portraying whatever you want to portray. It's all superficial, trust me. I've had it all. I've done it all. It comes and goes, but there's one thing that doesn't come and go, and that's finding your true self, and that's acting in ways where you're of value, and you know you're of value because what you do is that you measure up to it. You marry up to your word. You don't do one thing then do the other. You're consistent. You'll never know what I'm saying unless you try it. You'll never know. So try to see things in yourself that you're not happy with, and then have the motivation to do something about it and seek help. Reach out for people. Seek professional people. Go to church. Seek the positive in life. Seek the positive. Nobody can ever take that off you. That's a wealth beyond imagination, the good. And you have the good in you. And trust me, if you can find the good and leave the emptiness and the low belief system that you're better than that, you'll start coming out of it. Be nice to people. Care for people. Love people. Love yourself. Be nice to yourself. Change yourself. Change your attitude. Change your behaviour. It just might make a difference in somebody's life. And when you change, people will change around you, trust me. Well, you don't have to trust me, but that it happened for me and it worked. That's all I can talk about. And with that, have a good day. God bless us all. And you take care now. All the best.